For today's project, you will be making an interactive Makey poster. You will need to start by picking a subject and brainstorming 3 to 4 questions that you want to ask. You'll then write down the questions on the poster board, but make sure to not write the answers. You'll then take strips of foil and lay them out next to each question. These strips of foil will need to go all the way around the poster. You can attach them with tape to the front and to the back. You will also create an extra foil strip for the stop. Then you will need to wrap your popsicle stick completely in foil. It needs to be so that when you are holding it and touching it, you are touching foil and the foil is also touching foil on your poster. Now we're going to show you how to code for your interactive poster. First, you're going to want to go to scratch.mit.edu, and this will bring you to Scratch's homepage. You're going to start by clicking the Start Creating button, and this will open up a new project for you to start creating your blocks on. First, you're going to want to get rid of your first sprite, and then you're going to want to create a new sprite, and you're going to want to paint the sprite. It should bring you to this, and you're going to just create a text box to help you remember which command is which. We're going to say that question 1 is the up arrow. Question 2 is the down arrow, and then etc. as you go on. Because you will have 3 to 4 questions, you may have to use the space bar as well as the arrows. So now when you go back to code, we need to get the Makey blocks into the Scratch database. So to do that, in this bottom left corner, there's an Add Extension button. And you're going to scroll down until you see the Makey box and just click on it, and it'll bring you right to their pre-made blocks that they have to create with. So we're going to be using the top block, and it should say when the space key is pressed. And because we're using the Makey, you don't have to use any start program commands like the flag or anything. So we're going to go ahead and say when the up arrow command is pressed, and then we're going to add a sound that will play when you press your Makey your foil on the poster. To do this, you just record. And our first question is where were cheetahs originally found? So we'll record, just hit record, Africa. You can listen back to it and then save it. You'll want to rename this recording to whatever question you recorded it for. And you can go ahead and delete the original sound that comes up. So you only have your sounds that you've created. Then you can repeat the process to create the answer for every question you have. So now you can go back to code, and if you click on the sound section, the top block says play sound until done, and you'll just go ahead and select whichever sound corresponds to the block. So over here, question 1 is up arrow. So I'll program the top block to up arrow and the sound block to question 1. And that way, when I press the up arrow on my computer, the sound I recorded for question 1 is played. And so you're going to repeat this process for all of your questions and commands. And when you're done, it should look something like this. The last block is going to be the space key, and it's going to stop all sounds. So you just repeat with this top Makey block, and then stop all sounds is the third block in the sound column. So you should have 4 or 5 different coding blocks, depending on how many questions you have. And then once you hook up your Makey, each question will correspond with one of the FOIL keys, and if you have done it right, the questions and answers should line up.